That's like the third one I got today. No, it's the second one. See if I can fix this now. Oh my God. I try to remember what Commando said. He said, a Commodore. Sorry, man. Said to push the, on base. I don't know. I thought I had it. Well, anyway, yeah, I picked up I filmed a couple of those today. Those, abandoned, carts. What is that? You know, I mean, those people don't leave those things, like, ever. It's all their shit, you know. On the way just now to here, I took a picture of one on the side street, over by my house. And then when I got up here, I was like, ah, fuck, another one? Maybe Thursday's scooping day. And it's not just like my weird schizo mind, because I talked to other people about it too. I forget, it was one of my neighbors. I forget which one. There's a couple of them I see out here a lot that I talk to all the time, and we talk about a lot of different stuff. And I was like, I was talking about that, and he was like, yeah, maybe they needed an organ. And I'm like, yeah, there you go, you know. Now the masters of that trade are the Chinese. They're really good at it. They have a whole, you can get them to order there. They'll just pull a prisoner if someone needs one and just yank it out of them. There's usually the Falun Gong, Falun Dafa set up here on Kalakaua. And it's against the organ trade and the CCP. They're like, I don't know if they're really like a religion. They're kind of like a movement. Although their leader says he's God. So that's always like a red flag to me. But it's an enemy of my enemy is my friend type of situation. Where it's like, yeah, I'm down with the Falun Dafa because they're against the CCP. It's just so weird that they're allowed to operate, right? Like in that country, because they have the lockdown on so many things. It's just strange. It's almost like, is it a controlled op thing where they just want to see which citizens will, you know, join up with them or sympathize with them so they can then put them on some kind of list or come scoop them up later. You know, they do that here in America. So it could be that. Every time I talk to them, though, I sign their petition. So if they, when the Chinese do eventually claim Hawaii, which, you know, they already have in their minds as part of their land, you can find it on Chinese maps. They'll just come to my house. You know? Oh, here they are right here. I was just talking about you guys. Have a good night. Oh yeah, I already signed it a bunch of times. Yeah, I was just saying that. So when they finally come here and to claim it, God bless, Falun Dafa. Yeah, they'll yank me out of my apartment and ban me. Which, I mean, that's coming anyway, right? Like, you gotta imagine. You don't, I'm not naive. You know, there's times I thought about, you know, it's like, oh shit, what am I doing, you know? But you have to think about that stuff right from the jump. The B-boys? No. Is it? Yeah, it's the B-boys. That's the original ones, the ones I did a video on. But yeah, you know, I've had those moments. Like I just did a thing today about self-awareness. How you really can't think about it too much, like when you're doing this kind of stuff, or else it can paralyze you. It can stop you from what you're doing, you know. I mean, there has been times after usually when I have a little bit of plant medication, because as I've gotten older, I get the old person thing from it. Like, it makes me just really paranoid sometimes. Where I like go into this thing, I'm like, oh my God, what do I have out there, you know? And then I want to delete the whole channel. But you get over it, you know. It's like, that was the stuff to think about, you know, a couple years ago when I first started doing it. But, you know, I didn't do it with the expectation that anyone was even going to see it. It was very message in a bottle. In fact, my early videos, they don't have any indication of what they're about. It's just a title that has nothing to do with the video, and like some piece of digital art I would do from taking a picture of one of my action figures or something. So it wasn't exactly designed for attention. The idea was like, oh, I can just I can dodge the eye of Sauron here and just put these message in a bottle type little clips out. And when it comes to this kind of stuff, usually people will find them. They will come to them. You don't have to kind of like try to shill it or advertise it. Uh-oh, is it all, am I getting all goofy again? Hold on. That's weird, I don't know what I just did there. Uh-oh, we might have a demon here. Do I want to do this one? I don't know. It doesn't look like he's causing trouble, he just looks like he's... No, maybe he'll come to me. Yeah, he might just be on drugs. Oh, he's doing the whole thing. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I think he's just drunk or something. Usually, but the demonic infected people, or if they're having one in them, they're usually sort of aggressive with their movements. There's a lot of screaming. And if you listen to what they're saying, it kind of usually almost sounds like, you know, like Latin or something. Yeah, I think he's just drunk or something. He was drinking some kind of alcohol. I'm not going to chase them. Like, if they come to me, they come to me. Or if I'm close enough to them, I'll go over to them. Is this yet another cart abandoned? Yes, it is. Yeah, see, no one would leave that. Like, these people don't leave this shit here. Like, look at that. That's like a whole bunch of stuff. They wouldn't leave that stuff. That's the third one. That's the third one. Well, you think Thursday night, right? It's a busy night. If they were going to have a night where they scoop people, right? This would be it. Yeah, that's the third one. I mean, obviously, they don't leave that shit behind. Like, you know, if you talk to any of these people or you see them and stuff, that's their life. That's all their stuff. And a lot of them are kind of hoarders. Like, I remember one dude that I was talking to one night, and he's had like a suitcase full of like jars of like mayonnaise and stuff. He's like, you think this stuff is good? And I'm like, well, is it sealed? And he'd open them up and like smell it. I'm like, oh no, dude, you got to throw that away. But he probably wasn't going to put it on anything or even eat it. It was just, it's a psychological thing, you know. They're hoarders, you know. My father-in-law is kind of like that too. Like, you go to his place and he's got like napkins from restaurants from like 5 years ago, stacks of them. It's good because if you need anything and you go to his place, he's got it all. Every time my wife goes over there, so she comes back with all this stuff. But he's really crazy about letting it go too, and I think that's part of the, you know, the illness. He wants to keep it all. They tried to tie it to psychologists, try to tie it to like people that have had loss, you know, in their life, that they want to hold on to stuff. I don't trust those people, so I don't. They justify their own jobs. They make these very complex diagnoses for people to try to justify their own existence. There's that German guy, I forget, who faked his way into like the upper echelons of the mental health field. Was it Germany? It's a pretty famous story. I'll try to find it and pull it up if you haven't seen it. But yeah, he kind of just bluffed his way through the whole thing, which I can understand. I can see how you could do that. It's a lot of gibberish. Like I've seen a lot of different clinicians over the years, and I would get some that would just contradict the last one. A lot of times they're carrying around, usually now it's like a laptop, but even medical doctors do this. They keep a laptop around. You go for an appointment with them. I'm not crossing the street until I see the go sign. It doesn't matter how many people are here. I'll get the ticket. But I had one that would carry on a book where I would tell him something and he would just look it up in the book. Now, like I said, laptops usually are used, and even like more frightening, this is what happens with medical doctors. The doctor I had in New England before I moved here for medical stuff, he would keep his laptop on, and then just like he was using Wikipedia, and just prescribing medication. I was having it was when I stopped drinking and everything, when I got sober years ago for the 5th time. I was having this really bad anxiety I didn't know how to deal with, and he put me on Prozac, which is, I don't know if that's the right one for it, but in that case, he could have just had a salesman in there, earlier in the day, a Prozac salesman. If you go into doctors' offices, you see these salespeople for these drug companies. It's usually they're going to see a female doctor, they'll get this really good-looking dude, a GQ-looking dude. And if it's a male doctor, they'll send this really hot chick with heels on, and they're always carrying a briefcase that has all the information. And it's the music industry used to be years ago with radio stations. What they do is they want a single plate or music plate. They'd come in with their own briefcase with powdered goods, and I've been there. I've seen it. So it's the same kind of thing. The guy, the Paxil sales guy just gave my doctor Lakers tickets or whatever fucking tickets. So he's like, "Hey, have you ever thought of Paxil?" It's like, dude, you weren't thinking of Paxil until you fucking got those seats. What the fuck are you talking about? And that's indicative of the entire industry. I mean, I was in it, and I do call it an industry because it's a money-making venture. It's not a health venture. It's not really blah blah blah. It's not even really a medical venture at all. It's a money-making. So it's an industry, and I mean, I got involved with it 2008. When did I first go in? When I first go into the Nut Hut for tune-up, 2008. And in that time, the rotation for these people is, it's like Target. It's like Target employee rotation. It's always coming in, new ones coming in. And what you're doing, man, is you're meeting with people and you're just telling them everything. Things that could, I don't want to say get you in trouble, but could definitely get you put back in again. You're trusting this person. And a lot of times I would build up a rapport with someone, and then they would go. Hi, I'm Dr. So-and-so, I'm going to be a new doctor. You don't even know. One day someone would come in. I mean, if you're institutionalized, you see a parade of people anyway. A whole bunch of different people come in. A lot of them students that are kind of finishing their courses, so they come in and You know, you have to talk to a crazy person to get your thing or whatever, and you know, so you need a lot of them. But this is just like in the regular monthly appointments, or I used to have like 2 monthly. Actually, it was, for a while it was every week, then it was every 2 weeks. It all depends on the insurance and what kind of money they're getting. It has nothing to do with like you getting better or you getting help. If it was, they would run everything completely differently. So like you build up this rapport with someone, and they would be like, you know, and then they're gone. And then when someone new comes in, you gotta fucking do the same thing again, go through all the shit again. Yeah, you know, have you ever had any sexual abuse? It's like, oh man, really? Well, you know what I mean? Then you gotta go through this whole thing again with these people. It's not designed effectively. It's designed to work in concert with the insurance companies and the drug companies to put cash in everybody's pocket. And then they want to try to determine what kind of, how much of each medication I should take, or which kind of medication I should take at all. Meanwhile, I'm the one, you know, taking this shit. Or I used to be. I don't take any of it anymore except for Fexer because I can't get off it. That's another story. But they don't know anything about this shit. They've never had any of this shit. I'm the one putting out, and the way they decide this stuff is so nonchalant. Like, all right, well, we're going to go down 100 megs on this, and how about trying this? It's like, I guess, I don't know. You're on that side of the table, so it's kind of your decision, you know, it's not mine. The goal is to get you to just slow down, to stop talking crazy, and to just stay in your room and or sleep. Success is having you shut the fuck up about 9/11. Like, that's success. If you're sleeping 16 hours a day, that's good. Like, all he does is stay in bed. Yeah, but is he talking about 9/11? Well, no, but success. You know, I'm fucking, if I'm lying, I'm dying. You know, that's how it is. If I'm lying, I'm dying. All the time. Who did I see throw that out there in conversation completely straight face one time? And I'm like, oh man, that's a good one. I think it was like Jamie Lane of Warrant. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes these things come across my transom and I have to share them. If I get any demon spotting sightings, I'll push the button. Don't blame the teacher, blame the school.